Hey everyone, so I got to put some diesel in the combines. I think we're gonna hit the fields today. Peas are up. It's time to roll. And this video is brought to you by Simply Safe, so we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But let's go hit the fields and harvest some peas, because it's time. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the 8230s are ready to go to the field. Except for, we gotta put some headers on them. Leg arm's working hard on the headers, and he's got them right where he wants them. So let's get these headers out, lined up, get the combines hooked up, and I think our peas are ready. Let's go get to it. Always a good idea to put a little bit of anti-seize on that thing, because when you take the header off, it comes off a lot easier.
The only negative thing about doing this is when you get chaff mixed in with this, it starts to get gummy sometimes. But you're usually better off to do it.
And we're back in the shop, and as you can see, it's mostly empty, which means the equipment must be running properly and fixed, because we just got done doing a lot of that. And I hope it's in the field. And my face is fuzzy again. Look at that. And the shirt changed and the hat. I don't know. Anyways, with all that said, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Simply Safe. So Simply Safe is a home security system that's really simple and easy to set up. You can install in less than 30 minutes. Shows up right at your door, and it's a lot easier than other security systems. I know this because we installed a wired security system in this shop a number of years back, and I thought, oh, security system, just buy it, install it, not a big deal. It came in a box, bunch of wires. Then you gotta start running the wires everywhere, you gotta start drilling holes everywhere, and that was just for cameras. And it took all day to get a couple cameras set up. But Simply Safe, everything's wireless, which is really nice because there's no wires, no drilling holes, just sticky adhesive surfaces. You just stick the sensors to the walls where you want them to be, like say door jamb sensors, motion sensors, cameras, all that stuff. And it all connects to the base station, which is connected through your Wi-Fi and cellular tower and has a battery backup. So if a sensor is triggered and your place is armed, it'll alert the authorities, and they'll show up and find out what is going on. Same with smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, water detectors, low temperature detectors, glass breaking, all that good stuff. So a lot of options available. It's a pretty neat system. So what I like about Simply Safe is it covers all the other areas that just the cameras don't. And like I said, 30-minute install. So go online, pick out the package you want. Ships in a box about this big. Open it up, get to town. You can have it all set up in about 30 minutes. And for less than $1 a day, this service can protect you in your home. And no contracts, which means you can start and stop your service anytime, which is really nice. Now, what I thought was pretty cool is with the adhesives that come on the back, just strip them off, find the corner you want to put it in, and then pull that little battery tab out there, and the device immediately is powered on. Quick sync to your base station, and you're good to go. I was a little worried personally when we started the system. I was like, oh, great batteries. I have kids. Everything in my house has batteries, everything. And I was like, I really don't like charging batteries and constantly replacing batteries. First time in 2.5 years, I had to replace a battery in one of these, and they've been on the entire time. And it's a lot easier than putting like 15, 16 AAA batteries into some toy that drives you crazy all night long because the kids keep pressing the button or they're sleeping on it and it keeps playing in the background while they're sleeping on it, and you have to carefully move their head and pull the toy out from underneath their head because I don't know how, but they fell asleep on it and it's just making noise in your whole house at 2 in the morning. Been there. Kids are awesome. Simply Safe is a premium security system, but at a fraction of the cost of the competitors. And like I said earlier, you can install it yourself. No need for training, no special license. You just put it up yourself. So with that said, if you want to save 20% on your security system, sign up for an interactive monitoring plan and get your first month free. Just visit simplysafe.com/Welker Farms. And now I'm gonna go trim this and put a different shirt and hat on. And no one will ever know. Okay, let's go farming. So it's pretty amazing right now. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot of peas out there. It really doesn't. I mean, they're 6-7 inches tall. There's a lot of pods on them, but little dinky things. I'm running the header all the way on the ground. But I mean, there's quite a bit of peas going in the back there. And then my monitor is telling me a consistent 23, 24 bushels an acre. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. If this makes 20 bushels an acre, and this is a representation of what the rest of our field peas will be like, our yellow peas, not including the ones that got hailed, because those ones obviously are gonna be less. That's big. We were expecting low teens. So, it's got my hopes up. Man, that would be a miracle. So yes, praise the Lord. I like seeing this. Might be tiny plants, but man, they knocked it out of the park if that's accurate. Now, the monitor on these combines are usually pretty close. They're usually pretty close, but you gotta calibrate them. That's a process. Usually you need a grain cart, because you gotta weigh how much pounds you've gotten in your grain tank on how much acres you've cut, and then you figure it out, a little bit of arithmetic, and boom, you've got your yield per acre. But what we do, because we wanna make sure that's accurate, is we wait till we cut the acres. So this is a 150 acre piece. We'll cut 150 acres, and then we'll figure out how many bushels came off the 150 acres. And then we know exactly how many bushels per acre we made. Oh, there's a massive fly in this cab. Whoa, how'd you get in here? Windows covered. That's a good sign, and there's some grasshoppers in there. Quite a few, and a June bug. But it's pretty clean. I'll tell you one thing about these combines. They don't struggle cleaning peas at all. You get it set right, very few pods go in there. Just grasshoppers and peas. But I'm gonna fill this baby up plumb full. I want peas going on my cab. I want cab peas. And then I'll dump it in the truck. And then I'll look at the monitor and see how many bushels it says are in the hopper. And that'll give me a good idea of how accurate it is, because I know this holds 300 bushels. So if I get this thing plumb full and it says 300 bushels on my monitor, ooh, big rock just went in. There's gonna be a lot of that. Then I'll know it's accurate. But if it's way low or way high, then I'll know if the yield is low or high. So we'll go off that. Huh, feeder house jammed up. Let's go take a look. I see my left draper isn't turning either. So something's going on here. Full of peas. I'll dig that off in a second. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a problem. That is a funny looking rock. It's like almost like a chunk of concrete. Let's see if I can get that out of there. There's another souvenir right here. Oh, it's gonna be a fun year. Oh, there we go. Let's go put that next to the road somewhere. It's got a rock stuck somewhere else. Oh, right there. That's it. I need a hammer. We haven't got the tools in the combines yet because we just got to the field. Let me get another rock, see if I can bang that thing out of there. There we go. All right, back to business. Let's go. Well, according to my A-cam there, my hopper is basically plumb full, and it says I got 330 bushels, which that would be a little bit much for this hopper. So it is indicating a little bit higher yield than what's actually out there. So I'm guessing somewhere around that 5–6%, which isn't much. So if you take that off, we're probably getting about 20 bushels an acre. I'm okay with that. For this kind of year, 20 bushels an acre yellow peas, that's fine by me. First crop in the truck, 2022. months field peas, or I should say yellow peas, are pretty fragile. They crack easy. I don't unload on the go, and I only run at about a quarter throttle. Take our time. No reason to be banging peas up, breaking the shells on them. Just let them go in as they go. So it's plenty fast. We're not in a huge rush. It's not like we've got like a 50 bushel pea crop out here. Plus it's just around 13% moisture, so it's plenty dry. Well, we went ahead and jumped right into the next field, just right across the road, same size. Still need a little less. It's saying about 18 bushels an acre, so it's kind of expected because there is a throng of kochia growing in here. It's really bad. We sprayed it, so it's dry. We're getting through the combine, but I think it choked the peas a little bit. But it's still better than I was expecting, so that's fine. But I think I've already been out to fix the header 3 times. Oh, these rocks are just brutal. We rolled this. We rolled it. I know. It's just, you're cutting this far above the ground. I mean, you're literally just dragging the header on the ground. You're going to roll rock up in, even if it's been crushed down with the roller. Eventually, it's going to catch one and flip just right. So it's just going to be a battle, but we'll get it done. And we're going to got new cutter bars coming for these headers. So we're going to put new guards and sickles in them when we're done with peas. And that way, they'll be fresh for wheat. But for now, poor combine. Sorry, buddy. I was wrong earlier. I was thinking of our 2588s. This thing holds 350 bushels, not 300. Old 25s did barely 300. This holds 350, so if that's correct, then yeah, actually, the monitor's right on. That's encouraging. But because we ran out of trucks, we weren't able to measure the last field, so we'll just combine these two and then measure and find out how many bushels then comes off of the both of them. Be a little more accurate then. I just got a rock jammed in the feeder house pretty good. It won't reverse. It won't go forward. It sounded big. It's getting dark. It's almost 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna run this over the truck and maybe disconnect the header because I think I'm gonna need to get in there with a bar. So we'll see. But I'm gonna drive over the truck and park this thing and maybe I'll mess with it tomorrow morning. Oh yeah, she's definitely jammed up. Question is, where? I think it made it all the way up to the rock meter. If that's the case, that's gonna be fun to get out, so I'm gonna take the covers off, but we'll do this tomorrow. By the way, that was my pickup. I parked there. But it's nice, these combines are so easy to pull a header on and off. Drop it on the floor here. I got a full tank of peas in there, so the tires are weighted down, so it'll be really easy to swoop in there and hook on and go back to the field tomorrow. Well, it's just a lot easier to work around this rock and get it out, so. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. First day of harvest. So far, it's been not problem-free. It's okay, we'll get there tomorrow.